none other than AEW's All Out 2020, and this will be my predictions for tonight. Whether I'm right, whether I'm wrong, I'm not sure, but let's dive into this anyway and see what I think, and we'll see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. All right. Anyways, our first match is at 7 o'clock as part of the buy-in, and that is between Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, versus Big Swole in a tooth and nails match, which apparently is going to take place at Britt Baker's office, or an office setting at least. So, with that being in mind, this has been a good feud. They've really amped it up. This is going to be the first time that Britt Baker is fighting in quite a while since she got injured way back when. So, with all that said and done, I think Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, is going to beat Big Swole. As good as Big Swole is, I think this feud is going to keep going, and it's eventually just going to be a bloodbath between them. Either way, it's going to be an interesting buy-in. Moving on to that, I think the first match we'll be getting, and like I said, I don't know if this is all going to be in order or not, but this is, I think, as far as I know, what the card is going to be. But I believe the next match will be the Young Bucks versus Jurassic Express. Now, with that being said, Jurassic Express, as much as I like them, I think Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus are an amazing team. I really like Jurassic Express. However, I think the Young Bucks are just frustrated and angry that they're going to take out their aggression, especially if you've been following Dynamite and just seeing how they are. It almost seems like a heel turn. And plus it'll eventually lead to them going against another team, which is FTR, which I think later on will probably win the belt. So, with that being said, moving on to the next match, which I believe will be the Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara match in a Broken Rules match. There are both 1-for-1 scars. Matt Hardy unfortunately got the chair shot, and Sammy got a scar on his head, so they're both even now, and now it's going to be a Broken Rules match. What that implies, I have no clue, but it should be interesting, and we'll see how that goes. I think now the stipulation is apparently if Matt Hardy loses, he's gone. Now, I'm going with Matt Hardy to win because it's his playground. It's a Broken Rules match, so who knows what the rules will be. I've never heard of a Broken Rules match, but nonetheless, that's what it's going to be. And I think if Matt Hardy is to lose, he's got so many personas that he'll probably come back in that persona, but I'm thinking it's going to be Matt Hardy with the win on this one. Moving on. What do we else? Oh, we got the Dark Order, consisting of Evil Uno, Stu Grayson, Colt Cabana, and Brody Lee versus the team of the Natural Nightmares, which is QT Marshall, Dustin Rhodes, and then joining with them is Matt Cardona and Scorpio Sky. So, who do I think is going to win that? As great as athletes as Scorpio Sky is, especially whether he's in tag team or whether he's on his own, he is a phenomenal fighter. Matt Cardona is, holy crap, he's in top shape, good athlete. The whole team is good. QT Marshall is, an up-and-coming guy to look out for and has proven that he can pull off some wins, especially with Dustin Rhodes, who is a veteran in this. So I think it's going to be an interesting match. However, I think strength is in numbers, and unfortunately the Dark Order has that in this case. And I think after what the Dark Order did to Cody Rhodes, I think that the Dark Order is still out for blood. and to prove that they are a faction, if you will, not to mess with. So that's what I think. I mean, I could be wrong, but we'll see. What other matches we got tonight? We got, let's see, what other matches do we got? Oh yeah, the 21 man casino battle royal. Who, as far as we know right now, we got the Butcher and the Blade, we got Eddie Kingston, we got the Lucha Brothers, which is Ray Phoenix, Pentagon Jr., we got Ricky Starks, we got Darby Allin, we got Lance Archer, we got Brian Cage, we got Sean Spears, we got the Gun Club of Billy Gunn and Austin Gunn, we got the Best Friends of Trent and Chuck Taylor, we got Jake Hager, and we got Proud and Powerful Santana Ortiz. Now, there's 4 people left to join. Who they will be, I don't know. Who I think will win, there's a lot of guys I like in this. Like, I mean, I'd like to see Darby eventually become champion, or at least have another shot. I think the fights that he's had with Moxley have been really entertaining, and I think Darby is just, since the get-go, he's just been absolutely incredible. So, do I think Darby's going to take it? No, I think there's going to be the whole beef with Ricky and Ricky Starks and Darby going at it, while Lance Archer and Brian Cage are going to prove to each other that they're better than one another, and so on. I think there's going to be a lot of feuds going on, to the point that I think that the Mad King, Eddie Kingston, will come out on top. I think he's going to really... he seems like he's a character that they're really starting to build up. And this is a good way, and it would be a very interesting match, especially if you go, like, at the stipulations later, or Eddie Kingston versus whomever. I'm saying Moxley's going to win, so I think Moxley's going to win tonight. But I'll get to that in a bit. Moving on to other matches, being the Women's Championship between the NWA champion, Thunder Rosa, who is an outstanding wrestler, against the AEW Women's Champion, Hikaru Shida, I believe. I hope I'm not screwing up that. But either way, Shida. I think Shida's gonna win. I think Shida's very talented and will take this one. I think it's going to be a really good back and forth women's match, and definitely one that people will be talking about. But I don't think Thunder Rosa is going to take the belt from AEW, but I could be wrong. So we'll see. Then we have the next match, which I think it will be the Mimosa Mayhem match, which Chris Jericho has, the demo god, the Le Champion, has come up with, being that it's Chris Jericho versus Orange Cassidy. So what the Mimosa Mayhem match is, if you're not wondering, is your opponent can be pinned, submission, or they can lose by being thrown into a 500-gallon pool of orange juice and a little bit of the bubbly, causing a mimosa. So that's what that is. I think it's gonna go in favor of possibly Orange Cassidy, but I think Chris Jericho is going to get thrown into the pool. Just the way, based on the feud and how it's just been hilarious to, and also if you watch Talk of Jericho on YouTube and watch his podcast, Jericho has been really enjoying this feud, and some of his best moments are when he's just losing it at Orange Cassidy. So I think I'd like to see Chris Jericho win, because I'm, Canadian. He's a Canadian boy. You gotta support your Canadian, right? It's awesome. And plus, I've been following his career for ages, so I'm rooting for Le Champion. but I think it's going to be Orange Cassidy that's probably going to win to show that Orange Cassidy is not just a joke and actually is a good wrestler. So that should be a fun and good match. I think we'll see Jericho covered in mimosa and just feuding and being like Cassidy, Cassidy, like yelling at the camera, which then brings us to our tag team match, which I didn't cover, the FTR versus Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page. Now, Hangman Adam Page, if you've been following Dynamite, is officially out of the Elite. He's been having problems, and they've been doing this whole storyline of him and drinking and not really being there for the Elite and everything like that. And Kenny has kind of been showing dark signs too. So I have a feeling that the Elite is eventually going to either disband or they're just going to become a heel group or something. But nonetheless, Adam Page and Kenny are not really seeing eye to eye, if you will. Kenny's had some bumps with the whole FTR, and as amazing as a team as Kenny Omega and Hangman Page has been, I think FTR is going to take the win. I think Adam Page and Kenny are going to go back to singles, and just the Elite is going to separate more and more. So that's my take on it. And finally, hopefully finally, that I've covered all the things. But yes, our main event, of course, Jon Moxley is defending his championship against MJF, who claims that we deserve better. I don't personally think that it's MJF's time to shine. Don't get me wrong. He is probably the best heel in the business going right now. He's love him or hate him. Like, he is great on the mic. He can back it up with his wrestling, and he is definitely somebody to watch out for. Do I think it's the time for him to be the champion? Not yet. But he will be definitely a face of the company because his heart's there, and you can see that people enjoy him. Like, he's a great heel. However, Moxley, if you've followed Moxley's career, man, he, like he said on his last promo, you better be prepared to kill me or be killed. Like, Moxley don't mess around. Like, he's pretty much gonna murder MJF and his thing, and his posse, if you will, or his entourage or whatever. But yeah, it should be a good match, and hopefully we see some surprises. We don't know who else is going to be in the Battle Royal, so it should be good. Anyways, that starts at 8 tonight, September 5th, 2020. So that's my take on it. Hopefully I'm right. All right, talk to you soon. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Wrassle Rants. Bye.